Here we are, another episode of Team 7 Podcast. I got my boy Isiah. I got my boy Darren here. And the funniest thing that happened just seconds off camera, Darren just broke my motherfucking tripod. I know I shouldn't cuss to start off this video, but
for the algorithm.
Darren broke my goddamn tripod. I wish I could show you this shit on screen, but this nigga snapped it. The first time she even come outside, she gets broken. But today's gonna be a very special episode. Isiah's gonna give us his new song that he created on his guitar, acoustic, correct?
Acoustic guitar.
And then we gonna get into a bunch of football talk because I have some football shit I want to talk about, especially throughout this season or this off season, and I want to talk about some a position in football that's not really commendable anymore. Do you guys remember the position, the wedge buster? Like on kickoff, kick return, punt return?
Nope.
What about you, Darren?
Nah, I've never heard that in my fucking life.
Wedge busters?
Yeah, for real.
They're like the in my opinion, they're like the original, like the kamikazes on the team. They're like diabolical as fuck. So
they just throw their body on the line, huh?
yeah, it's the guys who at the edge when you do kickoff, it's the guys who blow up. So you know back when. Like when Devin Hester used to return all those kicks for Chicago and shit, he used to always have like 4 people in front of him to start out his break before he used to bust through one of the gaps.
Yeah,
the wedge buster is the guy that's on the kickoff team that's kicking off trying to get to Devin Hester. He's the guy who blows up that pack of 4. He's the one who runs in there, throws his body like an arrow, and blows up that pack of 4 so somebody else can come behind him and tackle the guy.
Right, make it through.
Yeah. So back when I played, there was this guy that was on our team named Jonny Escobar, and he was basically the kamikaze pilot of our team. And when I tell you this dude was straight reckless, bro, he was reckless.
Yeah, you gotta be a maniac at that position, bro. You gotta want to hit somebody.
Bro, he was a white dude, maybe 6 foot, 6'2". I'll say anywhere from 6 foot to 6'2". He's tall, skinny, lanky dude, wiry, but he can hit. Dude got hat. Like, dude lays hat.
I be feeling invincible with them pads on, for real.
Bro, this nigga, he white, but just for fucking just the term, this nigga, every single game, every single practice, I hate going against him because he made everything so difficult. A regular run play, nigga, like we scheduled a regular run play, nigga, that's a practice up on offense and shit like that. This nigga on defense, he's blowing up everything. He's lighting up all the second team. He's destroying everybody, bro. He's just a walking menace, right?
For real, like you gotta be careful with that shit too, cause like practice with your own team, you gotta be kind of safe, bro. Yeah, but this nigga's he's a menace. Yeah. So, he played football for real,
bro. It was him, and I believe it was my boy Jason Martinez. They was doing like the head up drills, right, nigga. They had my boy Baby D. He was like third team, second team, but he was playing like fake, like the false running back. He was playing as running back. They had me on the line, and then they had Johnny behind me, and they had fucking Jason played like the lead blocker, right? So I jam my dude up, and I feel it. I don't see it. I feel it, and I hear it. Like I hear his voice in his feet just right past me, and then boom, and I look up, bro. I disengage from the offender that was blocking me. I chuck him to the ground. Johnny hit, bro. This is Jason. Johnny came like this, smacked him like this, ran him over. As he ran him over, he snatched Baby D with part of his helmet, and so this dude got a collateral kill. Like, smack one, and in the process of smacking one, smack the other one. And I'm like, damn, like this nigga is crazy. And so everybody's giving him props and shit because football in his practice, so he blowing shit up. Right. And we felt good about it. that week's game. I'm thinking Johnny's gonna play like the same type of way because he has been fucking up all our players. Nigga, like he been killing us at practice. I thought, you know what, this nigga gonna murder everybody else, bro. The very first play, kickoff, this nigga blows past the first line, the first wave, blow past him. Get to the second wave, blow past him. Like this running is hawking. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if this nigga even running towards the ball. He just running straight line, like down the sideline, just booking it. So I'm like, all right, maybe he gonna turn upfield, and then nigga like magic, bro. The play bounce outside, like it's running straight to him. Boom! He cracks 3 niggas. 2 niggas was non-ball carriers. 1 person was a ball carrier. And so I'm thinking, all right, if this nigga does this to our teammates, he go out here and he does it to the team that we playing this week. This nigga's going to the NFL or something, right? Like this nigga, he has to. He's made for this. He's built for this. He's built different. He wiry. He's skinny, fast. He's explosive, and he just don't give a damn. Like he just throwing his body and is crashing. That nigga lasted like 1 year in football.
Yeah, I mean,
that nigga lasted like 1 year in football.
I believe
because his body broke down, bro.
Right.
Like he was having concussion after concussion after concussion after shoulder coming out of place, other shoulder coming out of place, broken collarbones. This nigga was a menace. When I say he was a menace, bro. To me, he was the best defender, best like.
Yeah, you gotta be different to break your collarbone on somebody else, bro.
He was like one of the best players that on our team that never really did anything. He didn't have a specific position. No, he didn't play like linebacker. He didn't play fullback. Kind of, yeah, right? But when he played second team against our first team or part of third team versus second team, whoever the fuck he was going against, when he was the opposition against us, this nigga was a menace, a pure menace. But so they took out that position in football. I think that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, everything's starting to get safer now, like helmets and all that. You know,
but that's the reason. But that's the reason why they took that shit out.
People got to go through that shit first for them to realize.
Because people used to lose their brains.
Right.
Nigga, in the middle on a 50-yard line, it used to be like nigga half the team used to get smacked by like this one dude. So it's like, even in the NFL, this shit wasn't.
He probably had people scared going to practice and shit.
I knew some niggas that wasn't trying to line up with him. I knew a couple niggas that ain't trying to line up with him. I ain't gonna expose them. I ain't gonna expose none of my niggas. But some nigga was like, damn, I ain't trying to really go up against number 32 today. Cause that nigga was hard, bro. He was tough. But
like you said, a menace.
A menace. But we ain't in here just for football talk. Isiah, you're gonna break down this song for us, but I really would like to understand and for you to devolve your process of how you got to creating this song on acoustic. What gave you the kind of inspiration to do the song, and what's the song kind of gonna be about once we hear it?
Well, usually the process is me in my garage all the time, either smoking or getting faded or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, and usually and I always got a podcast going in the background, real quiet. But I can still hear people talking, but you know, I can still focus on. That's my secret. I gotta have a little podcast going.
Like background noise, kind of.
Yeah, not the main focal point.
Mm-hmm,
right.
Mm-hmm. Because when I'm in the room, I want it to be quiet, but I want to have something that's making a little bit of noise. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's dead silent.
Yeah. Right. And if anything, that will make you more relaxed. Like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I always play on my electric guitar, my Strat. But so whenever I'm writing a riff or something, it's always going through my pedals, through my electric guitar, because that's my main sound. But I just thought that this song would sound a little bit nicer if I played it on the acoustic, stripped down, you know, just 6 strings and a hole in the middle, you know. Pause. But the song is called That Day, and I think it's just about when you have someone and they leave, and you didn't think they were gonna come back, but they came back. But then one day they don't come back.
Okay.
And kind of just coming to understanding that you gotta like move forward, and
yeah, they're like in and out of your life, if anything.
Right.
And I'm either all in or nothing at all, bro. That's how I am. But
and I just think it's also like the physical feeling you feel when someone is not with you, whether they pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ever have a loved one and it just hurts, like that they're not there no more. Like you can feel it, like your chest, like. And I have a lyric in the song that says, "Before my lungs collapse," and I think that's a good feeling of what heartbreak feels like. You know, I feel like you can't breathe. You know, it's like something's just.
It's a good description of what heartbreak is. Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, if you want, I guess I'll play it for you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after, if you want to talk about it, you know. And maybe I'll even do like a little. Maybe I'll show you guys a new riff that me and Ern are working on. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Because I'm gonna be real with you. Like a lot of I write lyrics. I'm a songwriter, but I also get input from the people around me, especially like Ernest, because he's a very good writer. Not in terms of writing stuff on a piece of paper, but he can vocalize emotions to me, and I can translate them to the song. You know. And so really, it's really like a group thing, like me and Ern. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I'm the one singing and doing the thing, you know, Ern's always going to be there probably on stage or something to make sure everything's going right.
We're going to be the crowd for you. We're going to be the crowd for you.
Right.
And since we bringing it up, you gave me a good shot there. This is going to be the song that you do at the open mic, huh?
Yeah, actually, this is going to be the song I'm going to be performing at an open mic, and I'm trying to get all the pieces. You know how songwriting is. I want to do the riff I'm going to show you guys. I'm in the process of writing lyrics to it. It's not done yet. So hopefully, you know, when I go to the open mic, I'll have 2 songs.
In the open mic, they require you to have how many songs?
I don't know. I think it's just time limit. Like at the comedy store, you got 15 minutes or something like that until you get the light or something. You know, I don't know.
But for music, it's probably a little bit different though. Just because it's
I think it's like set times.
Yeah, it's like set time. It's probably. Would you think it's probably 2 or 3?
Yeah, because there's
I'd probably say
at the max.
I'd probably say you probably have like a little 10-minute spot, 2 songs.
And so since these are all original and this is all straight from you, I would love for you to get started.
All right, this song is called "That Day," and it's written by me.
See, that's why.
What a song! I need it on Spotify for real.
But this is the reason why me and you we connect so much, bro. Because the sound and the vibe and the passion in your music, I can feel it, and that's exactly why I like that song.
Thank you.
It's more than like a like for me. Like I love that fucking song. Like the first time you played it for me, and we was on
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes little take, but
exclusive.
When we were on FaceTime, you played that shit for me, nigga. Like, no bullshit, nigga. Like, I had tears because that's some shit that you can legitimately feel if you are any musically inclined at all. If you have music in your body, everybody have music in your body, but if you have like the soul in your body, that is what that is. Because some people understand, or some people have been through and kind of manipulate their heartbreak and will manipulate how they feel about it, but only a select few will actually understand the pain. It is temporary, but how you capitalize on your pain is like this. You either write it down in music, write it down in journal. And that's a thing that people always get confused and the misconception of, especially being a man. It's very hard to talk about your emotions. It's very hard to talk about your feelings and your dreams and your aspirations, things that you want to achieve. Mm-hmm. But when you have a good friendship system, when you have a good base and community of people that you can actually express yourself to, where you can feel comfortable, feel safe, this is what this shit is supposed to be about. Because music today is backwards, bro, and I really hate to say that. Music is backwards today. People will rush to like the person that who either just went to jail or just committed this or just committed all these other. I ain't gonna speak on niggas' crimes, but when niggas commit crimes, that's what get them popular. That's backwards as fuck. I feel like in music you're supposed to have a voice, and if your voice, that's what's gonna carry you or not. Because some of these niggas that's even popular in music, they don't have a real voice. They have an industry voice that the industry is painting and the industry is writing their lyrics or the industry is pushing their.
Or they pay their producer a lot of money to make them sound good.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that's behind the scenes that people don't talk about that goes through music that I hate. But this passion, energy, and emotion, I fuck with that and I love that. That's the one thing like I said, bro, if you continue that and you hone that and you continue to kind of write your own path of how you're gonna do your music, there's no doubt you're gonna make it there because your music has a voice. Mm-hmm. Your music has a word and your music has passion. Some niggas lack that. And yours has that.
And I like to always think that I have a good contrast and balance, because you know me, and I've come on the podcast a lot and I talk about my jiu-jitsu journey. If you've ever been in any of those rooms, it's as macho as you can get. You know what I'm saying? It's as macho as you can get. And I think if more men can understand that we can be macho when it needs to be, but also be in touch with our feelings, you know, we'd be a lot more happier.
Bro, I agree, because I'm completely a culprit of this, because like I've told you in our own personal talks and shit, like, bro, the way I react to things and the way that I act to things is not okay. Like, I'm a very, very violent, tendency driven type of person. Like, if I feel like I got crossed, the only thing else is up. Like, and that's with anybody, and that's why I say I feel appalled, because I can take those actions with a woman I'm dating, with my kids if they cross a decision that everybody knows what's in place. Yeah. I feel like I have a problem with that. I have a real problem with expressing my emotions other than going violent first. I get violent first and then I will go to explain my actions. And I feel like that's not at all times that's not appropriate, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it is appropriate to react with violence, to show what I'm capable of doing first, and then explain to you why that happened afterwards. But that's not acceptable every single time, 100 times out of 100, and I do that 100 times out of 100. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said I'm very.
And what's crazy is this is gonna be a perfect segue into this little freestyle, because what's crazy is what inspired this riff was our camping trip to Dinky Creek years ago. And that was something that I can say that we went. We went to the mountains, and we got away from all the bullshit that's in town, all the bullshit that we deal with our lives, and just for a couple days, me and you were just
young
in the mountains, and I took this guitar. This You good there?
I'm good.
Okay.
We were young.
We were young.
We were.
This was years ago, and what's crazy is how a memory from so long ago can inspire a riff that was made just a couple days ago. Yeah. And I think when you hear it, you'll understand. I guess the feeling of the riff was just the feeling I had when me and you were up there. We were just high as fuck we were high up in the altitude.
Bruh.
You know, one joint getting us blown.
And not to even cut you off, nigga. That was when we were both vegetarian.
Right. Plant-based.
Bro, we were both vegetarian at the time.
We're
eating. Darian, let me tell you something. This was probably no disrespect to vegetarians, but you know what I mean? I'm a meat eater. You know what I mean? Pause. I'm a meat eater, though. And it's on there. But being a vegetarian, eating veggie hot dogs, veggie chili, nigga,
Fuck no, I'm sorry. They can't
in the woods, bruh. And what was it like low gluten or no gluten fucking
Gluten
hot dog buns and shit, bruh.
Eating apples and
Bruh.
shit.
It was the weirdest way of living that I've ever experienced. But that was right 9 months after that. That's when I had my son. So it's like I don't know, but that weird part of my life got me into a whole different spot, a whole different avenue. But to go through that journey with you was weird as hell.
And I think that's beautiful, and I think that's gonna be the name of the song, On a Different Avenue.
Damn, and R.A.P. That was my aunt.
We went with Aunt Judy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Aunt Judy. And she treated me like I was one of her nephews.
Cause you was, nigga, and you are.
You know what I'm saying?
She's up there looking down on us.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what? This song is going to be called On That Avenue, and this song is dedicated. This song will always be dedicated. I think it was a sign. This song will always be dedicated to Aunt Judy. And it's got no lyrics, so it's just, I haven't put the lyrics yet, but the riff is there. So this one's for you, Aunt Judy.
I love the fuck out of that, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
See, and I feel like one thing that never got told in her full truth was how committed that woman was to everybody else. Like her, I feel like her legacy.
Hold up, wait. Before you say that, I need to record this so I can get inspiration for lyrics. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Because this is her song.
You're 2 for 2 though, bro. You don't miss. You don't miss.
For real.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, man. All right, go ahead.
But like the inspiration that woman really truly was, and her legacy truly was. She cared about the next person way more than she cared about her own self.
Mm-hmm.
Like her biggest thing was to give back. her biggest thing was to help somebody that didn't have as much as she did when she didn't have that much. Like if she had $50 and she know that you needed 48, she will give you the 50 and be broke and wait for her check to make sure that you had the extra $2 just because if you ran into trouble for the extra $2. Like she was such a saint of a person, and I feel like there needs to be more people like her because, like I said, her story was more about the people that she had in it than just herself.
And can I say this? I remember when I first met Aunt Judy at the old house that you guys used to live at. Mm-hmm. And I remember being scared of Aunt Judy because if you ever met Aunt Judy, she talked really, really like bluntly.
Yeah, she was country. She was real country to the point.
But when I found out like what happened like in her personal life, I think it kind of maybe made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like why she was such like a tough woman, and like not only that, but what you said, like if you needed 48, nigga, she's giving you the 5th.
Yeah. Because
she's seeing like niggas is hit, like or if she's known. You know what I'm saying?
She's always known to help, to put out her hand to help, and that's the thing that always stood above everything else because like, bro, she didn't have to have the thing that she did for us. Like, and I'm speaking all facts. Like, she's, in a lack of a better term, not my true aunt. Just for the simple fact that we don't have no actual blood ties. It's just the fact that she's been there for so long. Because my dad was with her sister, and that's how he got his first set of kids. And that's how she became, in a sense, our aunt, because she was, sister-in-law? Yeah, sister-in-law.
And, like, her sons were, like, black, weren't they?
Yeah, because she dated my dad's family. She dated my uncle, and before he passed. Then she dated my other uncle that was on a different side of my family.
But I never met any of, like, her kids, right?
You have to, because you met Dora, and Dora's her grand.
So who's Dora's?
Mom is Mindy.
And Mindy's mom is Judy?
Tom and Mindy used to date, and that's
what I'm saying. I don't think I ever met Tom.
You have to meet Tom. Tom.
Wait a minute.
Cowboy Tom.
I know that.
Cowboy Tom.
And he was always cussing?
Black tank top Cowboy Tom. You know Tom. You know Tom, cuz.
Black tank top.
Black tank top cowboy.
Now I know, and he always had a cowboy hat on, or some type of like hat, like.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
He was a bank robber back in the day.
And he was with Mindy.
Yeah.
But they're not together no more. Okay.
That's how Zach and Dora.
Oh, okay.
That's why I call them white, because their dad is white, but their mom is Puerto Rican.
So Tom's mom is Judy.
No, sister. And that's my dad's best friend is Tom. They've been best friends since like me and you. Like they've been close since my dad was like 12.
Right.
And they're 70s plus. You know what I mean?
And who is, if I may ask, remind me, who is the young man that your mom always gets phone calls from?
That's my cousin Little Tyler.
And that's
he's my uncle that's on my arm. He's his first son. He's in jail. He's life bid 2-timer.
Yeah. And what's crazy is I feel like I've never seen him, but like I've heard his voice and shit, like when he's on the phone, and I feel like I know him, but like never even seen him before.
Bro, it's crazy is
he sounds like a cool dude.
The crazy thing is I've seen him once when I was 8, and we got pictures and shit of me meeting him when I was 8 and shit, because that was like the big thing at the time. My dad or my uncle's first son meeting my dad's first son. I'm my dad's first son. That's my uncle's first son. We both juniors, and so. In a way, it shows.
So he's like your real ass first cousin.
Yeah, but this part where the story gets crazy. It shows the complete polar difference of me, my brother, my dad, his brother, my dad's son, my dad's son, my uncle's son, because my uncle, my uncle was he was a nasty nigga when it came to. He did it all. Like, I mean, he fought for this country. He's a Marine vet. I think triple Purple Heart. He's been shot 3 different times in a line of service. Like
and that's crazy that you say he's a nasty nigga, because I heard that term a couple times and I know what that means.
Because when
you say you a nasty nigga, it's like.
And so to think that his son is doing a double life bid. two-timer. The nigga's not getting out. Like, even if he come back, he's going back to jail. You feel me? Like, if he get resurrected, he's going back.
God damn! Like, that's fucked up.
Twice. He's doing it 2 times.
God damn, that's fucked up.
And so,
you can't get out of this one.
no, you can't get out of that. And so you have him, and then you have me, and you have my brother. You have somebody who's did everything but go to fucking jail, and trying to not trying to do nothing else. Who's trying to clean up his own act? That's me. You have my brother. My brother's a fucking. You see, my brother. He's a genius. He's a savant in his own way. But you have those two personalities. You have my hot-blooded personality that's very hot-tempered. You have my brother who's very cool. He's very easy, very even kill. You have my dad who's very even. You met my dad. My dad's very even. He's rarely see that man get mad. But you have his brother, who I've known and my dad's known. That's why I respect him so much, because he's like me. If you step out of line once, I'm cracking your ass, because I have to show you that there's precedence here. There's rules, and if you step outside of my rules, there's discipline. And so with him, bruh, he was a guy who drove an RV. I was 11 years old. He drove an RV. Me and my brother. My brother's 10. I'm 11. My dad's in the front. They smoking, puffing joints in an RV. An RV going up mountains at 85 miles an hour.
Yes,
in an RV. I'm talking about the RV is tilted sideways like this, and I'm grabbing onto the seat like, slow down. He's like, man, your son's a bitch, and he's smoking joints, driving fast as he possibly can, as fast as that RV can carry. There's 4 lives in there.
I'm fucking weak.
2 children, and so it makes me think today, like, bruh, I go up those same mountains with my kids. I have a very small car. I drive slow. Like, up those mountains, I drive real slow. He used to take that bitch like it was a last fucking, like, get on the shoulder. Like, where's...
That's how being an SUV, bro.
Nigga, but, bro, where it says 25, it says 25, and it has, like, the arrow that's cut this way. You shouldn't be doing more than fucking 20. Like,
you be
but
driving
you should
fast.
be doing more than 22.
Nah, I be driving like a track, like, if anything.
No, I'm talking about, like, when you slide out of town, nigga, you in the mountains, nigga, you be driving fast.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh, see, I ain't gonna lie. When I went to Vegas, I was speeding.
Nah, nigga, nah.
When I went to LA, I was speeding.
And I'm in a Subaru, nigga. That's all. Hell no, nigga. I was on Pacheco Pass, nigga, going 60 in the right lane.
Oh, nigga. The funniest thing. Have you been to Vegas? Anytime, like, recently, have you ever been to Vegas?
Mm-mm.
Darren, have you?
When I was 16, I
nigga, the very last time I went to Vegas, bruh, this is it will replay over and over in my brain every single day. There's like a strip when you get like some certain part of the freeway. When you get to like the top, you'll see like the whole part of Vegas. Like, you'll see like the little statues. You'll see all like the fucking accoutrement of the city of Vegas, what brings you in, right? But looks like it looks like a landing strip at night. At night, it looks like you just landing a plane.
Like, and it's straight. Like, how many lanes is it?
It's like fucking like
4 lanes, right?
No, it's like 8. It's like 8 lanes across.
Fuck, dude.
Nigga, where I'm talking about doing 80 in my little silver bullet, going up, and as soon as I see it, I'm talking about. I had to like pause in my brain to like just take like a photo, it's a picture, because it was a scene, my nigga. Like, it was real early in the morning, all the lights up in Vegas, but it's dark.
That should have been cool.
Nigga, a beautiful picture, but nigga, I'm at 90. I'm blowing and shit. I got the windows down, nigga. I'm slapping Ralphie the plug and shit.
Nigga was probably sipping on something.
Of course I gotta be sipping on something. But nigga, I'm right there. I'm hitting 80, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm going for the 100 ball. Boom, threw the foot down, bro. And I'm talking about, whoop, like little car fucking. I had to fucking put both hands on the steering wheel to do it like that, because I was going so fast, bro. But the feeling of completely like being alive, nigga, because there's no cops. There's just that strip.
And it's downhill.
And it's down. Oh, it's down, my nigga. So I'm just, boom, I'm just flying. Bro, and like the feeling of like, bro, like in the feeling of, this is what you come to like Vegas, like to feel alive, my nigga. Like, Bro, I haven't been to Vegas since I was like 8. Like I was young when I went to Vegas.
Yo,
so much rebuilding. Nigga, and so now I've been like 26.
Huh? We got time for one more?
Yeah.
Because we're running out of time. That's what I'm saying.
We got like 11 minutes to the show's over.
All right, I just want to do one more, just real quick. Because I got the guitar here, nigga. It's a special day. Hey, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to take up the whole show, but we just gonna do a mini Shooks.
No, but I love it, bro, because it's real shit. But before you, I want that to be like the last 5 minutes, like trail, like we'll
okay.
Get into the music.
I got you.
Because
perfect.
The last thing that I want to
because I got a good riff. Mm-hmm. I got you know me. I always got a like.
The last thing I want to get into before I let you out of here is Darren. Have you watched the show Narcos?
I haven't.
Have you, Isiah?
I've watched it.
Have you watched both of them, like the Colombian version and the?
I have watched Narcos Mexico and the original Narcos.
Okay.
I think.
Go ahead.
Okay, so obviously me being Chicano, obviously I fuck with the Narcos in Mexico and shit. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna lie, the first original season of Narcos, classic. One of the most iconic scenes, and I know you remember this. It's like first, second episode. Pablo, you know, he's crashing through town and he's getting bigger trucks and shit. And the military stops him. He's like, hey, nigga, how's your wife doing? He knew everyone, bruh.
Yeah.
Everyone. And he said, plata o plomo? Nigga, you want some money? Nigga, you want this lead?
Yeah. You want that silver?
Iconic scene, bro. And my favorite Narcos season is gonna be season 1, the original Narcos.
Yeah,
season.
The original Narcos season 1.
But Narcos Mexico is clean too.
I ain't gonna lie, it got its moments, but I feel like the Colombian one was way more gritty, bro. And this is the reason I'm bringing it up. This might be a hot take, and it might be just because I've been watching hella Narcos. I feel like people really fucked up Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, if you really think about it, even though he was hated and what he did at the end of his career was bad because he started bombing. He started basically being a terrorist because he blew up a plane, blew up like car bombs. Like he was doing real nasty shit. But that's the type of shit that you get into when you in that type of environment. When you go bullet for bullet, bomb for bomb with like the Cali cartel, which was the gentlemen of Cali, which they kind of brought down on themselves. It was like the more high scale like version of cocaine. Export, import, and shit. But in the Colombian system, if you think about it, Pablo Escobar, he employed more niggas in Walmart. The whole country of Colombia either loved, hated, but they knew who the fuck the man was. Even when he died. It's been, 20, 30 years since the man's been passed? The nigga is still revered to this day. People wear shirts of that nigga and everything. Hold on, this nigga, bro. Everybody use his product. Talk about having a product that niggas need. Everybody use his product. From fucking Colombia to Bogota, from Bogota to Mexico, from Mexico to fucking China, nigga. Everybody use that nigga's dope. And so think about it. Even Americans got hooked on that nigga dope. At first it was weed. They were smuggling like, you know what I mean? They were smuggling this Mexican weed and dirt weed and you know what I mean? That real nasty shit. That Colombian gold, that fucking, the Colombian gold, the Paco gold, the fucking, all that nasty ass dirt, stem and sticks and shit, all that nasty stress weed, right? They was bringing that shit in by the fucking tons, making millions. Then they say, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with this weed. That's child's play. Let's get into the real shit that white. Then they started making money where this nigga was buying hippos and shit. This nigga had hippos in his fucking pool. He had hippos fucking. He was like, nigga, I'll chop your ass up and throw you with the hippos. Like, that's a crazy ass shit to do. But they even call this nigga Paisa Robin Hood, bro. Like, they call this nigga, like, the nigga who stole from the rich and gave to the poor. Because at the time, in his beginning of his career, this nigga was robbing, like, the most richest people and giving to the poor people of Colombia. But you take all of that. Oh, and this nigga want to be a politician? Like, this nigga want to be a president and shit. How the fuck are you gonna be a class 1 narco and be like, oh, let me run this bitch too? Like, let me also tell what you civilians to do. Yeah, like what type of shit? But so you have a man who has enough balls to take not only the underworld by the grip, he tried to take the overworld, the niggas that everybody can see, the people, the politicians, the niggas who running businesses. He's trying to take those niggas and say, hey, I'm gonna be your leader. How? Nigga, we know what you're doing. When all these crowds go away, we know the fuck how you made your money. You ain't a taxi driver, my nigga.
You can't do nothing about it though.
That's exactly the point. At the time, he was God, nigga. He was untouchable.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he gets a bad rap just because he at his post career, like his how would you say his playoff? How would you say like his after career? That's what he got in trouble for. But if the nigga stopped and didn't want to go, if he didn't go into politics and he just wanted to just keep being like the narco that he was and going the route that he was, yeah, he was doing like public execution and shit and doing some real shit. But the vibe and the people that he was helping, he built favelas. That was named like fucking Pablo. Like, bro, he gave back so much to like the city of Colombia and the state of Colombia, and like the whole structure of the Colombian system at the time was Pablo Escobar. But then when he went down, and then you gotta, you know what I mean, you muddy up the waters when you start blowing up American shit. You know what I mean? You can't blow up planes. Yeah, you can't blow up planes and then you can be like, oh, I'm a good nigga still, you know what I mean? You can't do that shit. you can't blow up a Park Buick and be like, that's the cost of doing business. No, it's not, nigga. Like, you gonna have to sit down with these niggas or something. But I don't know, bro. I feel like if we have somebody like that nowadays, not the violent part, the charismatic, the leader, the person who rules by nobody else's word but his, the one who takes no prisoner. If we have somebody that kind of rules like that, not to get political, like Trump. Trump was kind of like this, my nigga. Like, people didn't fuck with Trump. That's the one thing I fucked with Trump. Because if you think about the state of politics now with Joe Biden, this shit is real trash. This shit is like everybody's more at each other's throats. When it was basically like MAGA versus fucking, like, it was basically at the time, nigga, it was basically MAGA versus Black Lives Matter.
I got one thing to say about Trump, nigga, and I ain't gonna take too much time.
What? Because we gonna get into your song.
How many black rappers? I think he let out Meek Mills.
He fucked with like Lil Wayne
and Kodak. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump let these niggas out the pen. Niggas cool. How many niggas did Joe Biden let out?
Nothing. Joe Biden's at the beginning of his presidency.
I'll leave it at that.
Joe Biden's at the beginning of his presidency. If you didn't fuck with Joe Biden, you're not black.
How many people? How many black men did Kamala Harris lock up?
A lot.
I know the number.
A lot.
Before she became vice president, how many black men did she incarcerate?
A lot, my nigga.
How many? We ain't gonna go on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But like, if you have somebody that's kind of like Donald Trump in the system again, I'm not saying to get Donald Trump back in the system. I'm saying to get someone like him, someone that has that boisterous like voice, someone that's not afraid to like push your buttons a little bit, because that's the one that you actually listen to. Even though he was hella polarizing, he was the one that was getting the attention. He was the one that was turning America from this soft spot, because with Obama we got kind of soft. We turned from like this soft spot into like this red Republican. A nigga who wasn't even Republican. The nigga was like a Democrat. He was a Democrat for like 12 years and then ran fucking Republican. Like, it's all about the show, but he gave the best show, and I feel like that show gave way more like product value into like the system, especially like entertainment, compared to Joe Biden. Joe Biden's giving you stupid shit. This nigga fell off a bike a couple weeks ago.
Man, that's how I see the president,
man. It's ridiculous.
It's just entertainment, man. They don't run shit, bro.
Yeah, but nigga, your president can't be a nigga falling off a bike and scribbling up his knee.
Being a showcase for our country, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, to be like the leader of our president, he can't, or leader of our fucking state, he can't fall off a bike, scrub his knee, and the people be like, oh, clean the president off. That don't make us look tough. Like, nigga, the fuck?
Fuck, I don't know if I should say this.
Go ahead.
You think that's why Russia low-key got involved with Ukraine?
Bruh.
They're like, hey, America's not gonna do shit, bro. What the fuck? Let me
Oh, nigga, that's controversial as fuck, nigga. That's controversial as fuck, nigga. No, nigga, because didn't the U.S. like help, like send like help? No, the U.S. sent like over like $1 billion in aid to help Ukraine. Yeah, nigga, that's still, nigga, money and aid still helps, nigga. It's still, because I'll tell you right now, if you didn't have $1 billion and you needed $1 billion to get something started, and nigga just gave you $1 billion, that's a good way to get fucking shit, the ball rolling.
Hey, but are we gonna get that back?
That's gone, nigga.
All those weapons, all those fucking tanks, whatever they fucking spend, jets, all
Black
that.
market, my nigga. Black market.
It stays over there.
But
it stays over there, bro.
Damn, we have the 45-minute mark. It should be wrapping up. But this is how we gonna end this show. Isiah, you gonna play this last one, and we gonna cut up out of here. Let's do it.
All right. Let's hear it. I'm just feeling groovy, so I'm just gonna go off the dome as if I was just spitting.
That's a great way to end it. This has been another episode of Team 7 Podcast. Thank you very much. This is the wrap up.